What's up, my beloved? Y'all, this is Tracy Philippa, and this is Purpose Sisters Joyrides. Y'all, listen. When I say 2023 has started off with a bang, it was such a bang that episode 3 had to be put into 2 parts with none other than Care from the Dilly Show. So, y'all, this is just a continuation from episode number 3. Y'all, stay tuned. Y'all, I'm an author. Your girl is an author. Y'all, this is my first book, and it's called From Adultery to Ministry. And honestly, this is my journey over the last 2.5 years, from being somebody who struggled with sexual sin, that struggled with low self-esteem, struggled with identity issues, idolatry, all the things that has contributed to the disastrous decisions that I've made in my life. But it speaks to the transformational power of Jesus Christ. And y'all, I get vulnerable in this book. I give you all the tea on me. So y'all, the book is available in Kindle and paperback version on Amazon. And if you are in the Bahamas, you can contact me personally to get your signed copy of it. Tracy Philippa on Facebook and Instagram. So I'm so proud of this. 2023 has started off with a bang, and I can't wait to see what God does with it. And it was actually really, really, really good. Okay.
What I was saying is, on the first date, men should not be asking for sex on the first date, because in our minds, logically speaking, that woman is a stranger, right? And on the first date, women should not be asking financial assistance. That's not something that we should make a practice on the first date. Like you said, if we're adulting appropriately, you shouldn't have to ask anybody for anything on the first date. You know what I mean?
That's weird.
I think that people need to get to know people for who they are. That is the purpose of dating. And the thing about it is, the longer you date someone, the more you learn about them. And you can tell, okay, this person is horrible with finances. I don't need to be here.
Yeah.
If you date a person properly, you don't have to ask them anything.
Yeah.
You will learn that this is not where I need to be.
Yeah.
So you don't have... I feel people will say, well, I was just asking you for $800. It was a test. I just failed. Yeah. Immediately. Let's sign me out, because I don't care. Like,
that's a stupid test.
You see, and I was telling you that as guys, we are providers on instinct. I was telling you before, my wife was my wife. She used to drive this death trap of a car. It was a Paso. It used to make this sound like it sounded like a pig, squealing when she drives. I was like, if you're with me, I can't have you driving that. There was a clear need that this car needed to be totaled and left alone. Yeah. I had 2 cars. I was like, we're gonna sell that trash, and I'm gonna give you one of my cars, because ultimately, if I'm gonna be with you and there is a need, you need a new car, I'm gonna give you my car. She wasn't even my wife yet. I gave her that car because that's the type of person that I am. And as men, if we're with a woman, there's certain things that women will never have to ask us about. Yeah. Servicing your car. You know what I mean? Yeah. Your car needs to wash. You need gas. You need food, because women love to eat. You know, there's things that you're going to have to not have to ask us that we're going to do, because that's just who we are. So the idea that you have to ask a man for rent or school fee on the first day, where we get that from?
It's bad. Like even with me being in this, little dating circle that I'm in.
Good luck.
that has actually been the cry of so many men. I'm talking about, and guess what? It ends up being a turn off to me. Because I'm like, no, you're too traumatized, and I don't even think you need to date at this point because
they ain't used to good things.
because we're sitting down, we're probably having food or whatever it is, and we spend 90 minutes with you talking about how you get fooled the last 4 times.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that's a big red flag.
Hold on, like, but I'm not them, and I didn't ask you for anything. But it's almost like they trying to like
gauge.
Like, I just want you to know, don't expect nothing from me because that's what every other woman. And it's like, now that's where we're gonna have a problem because
that's scary.
You're gonna treat me like the
ask.
other ones.
I think so. They're gonna treat you like you asked them for something.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they're gonna approach it with their defense up. And that's not fair to any person whose intentions are good. Meaning you've been scarred. You know this to be scarred 4 times, and they going for a 5th time to try and get in a good relationship. And you're an innocent bystander.
I'm innocent, and then they don't. But the thing is, the messed up is that they don't realize that I was innocent until I'm already turned off and I'm gone.
Yeah, fair. And then what I encourage people to do is, you don't have to talk about your exes. You know what I mean? Like, who cares about you? Nobody cares about nobody at that dinner table if you decide to, because a lot of people don't even go to dinner. That's a whole nother story in itself. But if you decide to go on a date, the movies isn't a good place to do that because you sit in the dark, you ain't talking, you're watching the movie. So go to lunch, go to breakfast, go to brunch.
Go sit in a Starbucks too.
Go talk.
Because I think a lot, like, and what I've seen on the female side, and we need to stop that, right?
Okay.
Is when a man actually is intentional about how I want to take you out on a date. You have these females who've never been to Marcus, who've never been to any high-end restaurant, and so the first thing they want to be is, I want to go this place and I want to go that place because you want them to spend $200 on a plate of food for you because you can't do it for yourself. Now we have a problem.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
And I've noticed that a lot of people do that. Hey, just to post that they've been to this place. Hey, you see one hand from that, so they know you with someone.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, like that's not what dating is supposed to be. Like for me personally, if I really like a person, right? If a woman really likes a man, she's gonna be very cautious of how he spends his money. Amen.
Oh my God, amen. I want to scream that out. Amen.
So if I'm rich, like, so if I'm really feeling you, I'm thinking about Yes. I'm thinking about the future with you. Yes. So I'm not saying, no, we're not, every single time we go, we're not going to be spending $200. Every time we go, we're not going to be doing this lavish A, B, and C because I want to build with you.
I agree.
At some point.
I agree wholeheartedly.
So I always tell a guy, like, if you see a woman is trying to dig into your pocket every single time you encounter her, you better believe you ain't the one.
About to go in for the ride of your life.
You ain't the one. She does not care about you. So it's, we have our issues from the women's side, and I get the men, I get their cry as well, and that's why, like you said, when you go on a date, you shouldn't lead with your ex.
No, for what?
Unless someone like religiously follows me on social media and they meet me for the first time or they go out with me, they will not know that I've been divorced.
Fair. Don't leave with that.
Not because like I won't say it or I'm sneaky about it, because I'm not. Clearly I'm not.
Right.
But I'm not gonna sit there trying to get to know you talking about my baby daddy.
Yeah, that
makes no sense.
Daddy ain't gonna work for no one. I mean, it might work for them, it ain't work for me. I just think that this date is about the people at the table. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then at some point there will be a conversation about the past and exes, husbands, spouses, girlfriends, whatever. Like, that conversation will come.
Yeah.
But on the initials, I think the problem is a lot of people aren't being taught how to date.
No.
We juice.
Yeah.
And we have like a 7-day relationship. It doesn't work out, and we split. There's bad blood, and in some cases, a kid comes out of that.
Yep.
And now we have a dysfunctional home all over again. And it all goes back to the origin of things where we don't have great dating habits.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, as women, wait, oh my God, if you ain't used to getting taken on a date, you don't know how to date. You don't know the do's and the don'ts of a date. And so if you both are figuring it out, here's my advice. Sunlight, daytime. Lights. People around,
Yes.
people around, not a lot, they don't have to be, but people are there. It makes things so much better. You know what I mean? There's not a security issue where you're alone with a stranger.
Yeah.
There are people there. It's not a bunch of noise, so you can talk comfortably, and you can eat dinner and get your belly full at the same time. And if he offers to pay for the first date, as a guy, I advocate for all men to pay for the first date. If a woman reaches into her wallet to help pay something, big green flag. Because if she ain't reaching to her place to cover her side of the bill, then don't freak out, because you're supposed to pay for the first date anyway. But if she does do that, that is a plus. You see what I'm saying? But listen to me, bro. As men, we need to know what to do, and women need to know what to look for in these types of situations. Netflix and chill is not a date.
No, it's not.
You know what I mean? The nighttime, are you a vampire? Is he Dracula? Those kind of things. You gotta look at them like with a side eye. Like question the motive of said person. Why?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so if there were more people talking about dating, and I always talk about the realities of marriage. This video about to be another hour long. But we ain't gonna talk about that. I would love to, but we will not talk about that. But I think a lot of people have misconceptions because there aren't enough people talking about the realities of things.
Yeah.
People don't talk about how to date.
Yeah.
People just tell you what they expect of a date, but not the reality of how dates actually go and how they happen.
But you know, one of the things that I advocate for females is that in your singleness, while you are not attached to anyone, date yourself.
Yeah.
Date
That's
yourself. I'm not talking about going out with a pack of your friends and y'all. No, like seriously, take time, get dressed, get beautiful, put on something nice, and carry yourself out. I find that so many females, they wait until, I'm gonna wait until a guy does this. I'm gonna wait until I get a boyfriend to do this and XYZ. And I feel like that actually heightens the desperation for a relationship. Like if you're actually experiencing life and exploring and traveling and doing these things on your own, then that desperation for a relationship is not there, and you are highly likely to pick up something that's higher value.
I think so. I agree.
Than just, you know, I just want to wear matching pajamas. No, me and my baby could wear matching pajamas. I got a 5-year-old son. We could wear matching pajamas.
I agree.
And guess what? It's the same thing where everybody wants to be a social media influencer, right? You literally, the only reason why you wear matching pajamas is so you could post it.
Yeah.
It's not because there is something spectacular happening behind the scenes. It's because you want to paint a picture to people who don't know you, don't like you, don't care, and who are probably going to just like the picture and then forget about it 2 seconds later.
Yeah, me and my wife have never done that. Me and my daughter and my wife have never done that. We probably will never do that. I understand why people do it. I just think that if you're not doing it with the person you're legally attached to, meaning by Valentine's Day y'all might not be together, and there's gonna be some eye candy photos of the week with a completely different person. You should not. If you cannot guarantee that by Valentine's y'all gonna be together, don't post pajama photos. It's just a waste of time.
Yeah.
And I think that if you're posting those photos, let it reflect that you are genuinely happy with the life that you have with this person, and that you're not just doing it because it's trending or the thing to do for Christmas. And this is what I say. I am not happily married all of the time.
Yeah.
people believe once you get married, life is great. No, let me tell you something. I've had divorce conversations with my wife at least 4 times.
Really?
I haven't told. They're gonna know now. Like, what? Is trouble in the camp? It doesn't mean that trouble is in the camp.
No.
It just means that there are days when you and your partner are at different ends of the scale. Like, I've had people tell me, I've had guys say, "But Kev, me and my baby mother together, but we just roommates." I've laughed at them for that, and then I got married. And then I learned that, but you could be in the same house with somebody, and there is nothing except y'all might be in the same space.
Yeah.
But there's no sex, there's no conversation. Y'all on bed with the same drying off towel. You don't do nothing. Nothing. Y'all don't even share the same toothpaste. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's a war in your house.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, because everybody believes after the wedding, it's all uphill from there. No, after the wedding, there's work.
Yeah.
Real work.
Real work.
Not just, well, the Disney's movies, they make it look so good.
Yeah,
No, it's not like that.
If it was like that, we wouldn't have so much divorce.
My wife isn't a talker. She isn't a person who is out there speaking. She is my support system. Whether we're happy or not, she is support. Trust me. Whether I'm happy with her or not, I'm supporting her. And she's killing me with kindness, and I'm killing. Even when we mad, we killing each other with kindness. You can imagine. Here's your food. She know I'm hungry. She mad at me, but she gonna feed me. We're killing each other with love, and I long for relationships from married people where they're giving sound relationship advice to Bahamians, so they can know that this is what marriage entails. This is the big secret that you guys are all fantasizing and dreaming about.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of people, I see a lot of weddings, but I see a lot more separations and splits and long Facebook posts.
Yeah.
He was doing that, she was doing that. I see all of this stuff from people who've been married 1 year, 6 months.
Yeah.
2 months, bro. What are you doing?
What happening?
You see what I'm saying? And so, like I said, that's a whole nother topic in itself.
Yeah, I trust me, I completely agree. Like when it came to like posting and all these different things, even when I was married, I think everybody knew there was trouble in the camp because I don't think I had posted my husband for about a year or so. Like I am not doing it. I'm like, if I am not genuinely happy with a situation, like I'm just not doing it. And then I've learned to be a whole lot more careful too about any other thing that I got caught this year with a gentleman I was talking to, and we went on like a little ice cream date with some of my friends, and we took a photo, and then he decided, you know, I'm gonna post this now. We were talking, you know what I mean? Like, you know, we were like, you know, I think
we're talking. He was in a relationship.
So, and he, you know, and all of a sudden, you know, there's the picture on Facebook, and I'm like, I think I'm supposed to go along with this. Like,
are you?
Like I like him,
but
and I
held
think
you hostage though.
He held me hostage for a good 48 hours because after that it's like take my picture down, and I feel like we done.
I think he forced you. You can't do that.
Yeah, he forced my hand, and I was like,
because you didn't want to hurt his feelings. I think that's why I probably went on so long. But come on, man.
I don't know if I was more concerned with his feelings or if I was more concerned with how I look. To be honest with you, if I would be selfish.
Was it a bad photo, or was it a...
No, I think because...
How it looked like you in a relationship with him?
Yeah, I think because, like, for me, you know, I am in ministry, you know, I about a certain type of life, and I'm not going to be posting another dude every 3 to 4 months. And so I'm one of those people who believe in private until permanent.
Fair. I agree. Well, the vast majority of Bahamians don't agree with that, but I agree with that. I love that.
They think it's sick. They think it's sneaky, but for me, I'm like,
no.
Why would I post somebody that I'm not sure of when the real person may be somewhere?
He might be watching.
He may be watching, and now he think I take it, and now he going to go look for something else.
Yeah, don't let people post you if you're not. If there wasn't a conversation about Like, even when I post something statuses, certain videos, I say, babe, what you think about this?
Mm-hmm.
Is this okay? She laughs. Sure. She does. She knows my intentions are good.
Mm-hmm.
Even though a lot of women hate what I post, my wife is the first woman that approves every video that you hate. So if I have the approval of my wife,
Yeah.
I'm good. And I think in that regards, if you said, listen, that's a beautiful photo, we're on the same page with that, go right ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Then you could post a video. But don't not seek the counsel of the person in the video
Yeah.
and take initiative on the wrong thing.
Like you said, like try to force, like you literally try to force my hand
She did force your
into
hand.
something. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
you can't do that. You
I
can't
was
do
like,
that.
no, I'm not into that.
No, men aren't supposed to do that. We're not forcing hands. We're not doing that. We are making ourselves something worth submitting to.
That.
Like, you only gotta force a woman to do nothing she don't want to do.
No.
If a woman wants to be with you, she'll already tell you that. And my wife, as quiet as she is, I already knew the do's and the don'ts before I knew the do's and the don'ts. Because she would willingly give me this information,
Yeah.
whether it was directly or indirectly. I knew where I stood with her.
Yeah.
And if you're just getting to know someone, bro, figure out the foundational stuff first. How you skip all these steps?
Yep.
Who are raising these people?
But guess what? I think, and this is just like always my information, like always my thing for females, and they know this. Because I am absent and I've been absent for about 2 years, and I always
Yeah, they don't believe that.
No, they don't believe that.
I believe you.
But
I'm endorsing that.
you know, but it makes dating so much easier. That's number one, because if I see a red flag, if I see something that I don't like, it's so easy for me to disconnect and not be bad blood, because we did not go that. We didn't go there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We didn't cross that boundary, and so I'm not super emotionally invested in anything or whatever it is.
And then a lot of times, bro, sex misconstrues, and it blinds all vision. You know, and that's why I tell women, Eve, apple, Adam, eat. God made the perfect woman. You know, it's the perfect woman. You sleep with her. Mm-hmm. You will eat dirt if she picks it up and tell you this. And so women have so much power, and men are easily manipulated through sex. Mm-hmm. And so for us, women take advantage of us in that regard. Once they give us sex, they won the world. Mm-hmm. Women, once you give up your bodies, you expect the world in return.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of times you do it before it is the right time. You do it out of context. You do it out of the confines of marriage. You get all kind of emotions twisted up. The logics of things are out of it. Bro, listen to me. Y'all having sex, but you don't have a place to live. You're having sex, but he doesn't have a car. You're having sex, he doesn't have a job.
Yeah.
Like, you skip all these steps. You having sex with a man that hasn't paid one bill in your house.
Yeah.
We skip all the steps. You know what I mean? And then we are baffled, confused. I've been hoodwinked. I don't know how he did this to me. Yeah, you know.
You know?
You know how he did that to you, and you allowed it to happen.
You know.
You know what I mean? And that's the issue. If you remove sex out of the equation, a lot of relationships will not last.
I absolutely, like, I feel like if sex is out of the picture, I would not have even been married the first time.
That's why.
Like, I know that for a fact.
Okay.
That would not have, we would not have gotten to that place.
Sure.
The other day I I met this guy at the movies, right? So he was with his little boy, and I had my little son, and we were like the only people in the movie. It was like 1:00 in the day.
Pretty
the
much.
children were not in school, so they just had the place for themselves, right?
Okay.
And so, you know, of course he used that, you know, as an option, like, oh, single mommy, we would go, like, the children would have a play date, whatever. And when he, like, you know, we had a conversation, and I realized, like, he was cussing plenty. So I kind of knew
The guy?
Yeah, so I was like, yeah. Like in the first 5 minutes, I was like, yeah, I don't think this good fit. But like you cool, everything.
That's wild.
He called me back. Like this bothered him so much that I did not
reach out.
I wasn't interested. He called me back and he was like, I just need to ask you a question. I'm like, what? He's like, are you gay?
What? What was his logic? What did you ask him why he thinks that? No?
He said because women don't normally act like that with him. Mind you, this is a nice looking dude.
So he's talking about after the fact that the movie's left.
Yeah.
You didn't reach out to him because he's expecting you to do that and you went against the narrative.
I'm like, no, because we can't even have a conversation without you saying F this and F that and F that. Like you're not gonna stimulate me. So
language.
So
language.
I'm not interested. And then you wouldn't know. Like if you just see me out, right? You will not know how spiritual I am.
No, I don't think
if you just meet me. And I'm not gonna lead with that either.
Fair.
So when I'm listening to you and we're trying to have a conversation and I know that I can't take this.
Right.
I'm not dissing you as a person. You're a very, very, very cool person. But I don't think that we would be a good match.
Yeah, light begets
but
light.
Why is that a problem? Because I'm seeing that happen a lot too, where men they literally get offended when you say.
No, we weren't taught how to handle rejection or handle. Some men are used to women loving them, and they've become spoiled to the point where it's like, I expect this to happen after we leave here because of who I am or what I've been taught or what I've been used to. And so when you kind of don't reach out, you go against the narrative, you messing up the program.
Yeah.
And so he probably sat in this place thinking like, but this gal ain't. What happened to this guy? He reached out to me. Me? You don't know what he said. You know how much guys want me? I can imagine the conversation. And so you did something that isn't normal. And really and truly, babe, you cuss around your kids. Stuff a negative. Like, you can't do that. I think I'm an officer. I do cuss. I'm on the Dilly Show. I'm on your show. You ain't gonna hear me cuss in certain environments because it's not necessary and it's not justifiable. Yeah. And if you're in a movie theater with kids, y'all was watching a kids movie? Uh-huh. No, you don't have to cuss in the kids. And if you cannot have a conversation without cussing, that shows a lack of vocabulary. Yes. It shows a lack of discipline. Like, if you cannot hold your tongue, how can you hold me?
And I think it shows that he was more interested in me physically than actually getting to know me, because if he had listened to the conversation that I was having with him, he would have been able to pick up, hold on, she's not using any of those words. The way her vocabulary is, she's not talking like this. Hold on, maybe I need to adjust the way I'm communicating with her because she's not going to be receptive to this.
With some men have an issue. We're not aware. Sometimes we're truly oblivious to women. Some men don't study women to the point where, okay, this will work with her. You know, old people used to have, my daddy them, my granddaddy them, they have game. They don't lead with money. They don't lead with no car. They lead with, they ugly, and they can make a woman laugh. And so they can talk you to death. That's how could be up for them. Yeah. They can make you laugh. And they will be able to figure out what makes her tick, as opposed to buy yourself this, nice drive that, F this, F that. No, they had things that were necessary in courting. They could talk. They could converse in a way where women were naturally attracted to them without it being forced. Or, you gay? No. My granddaddy never had to worry about a gal or thinking a gal was gay, because when he talked to them, he know that in the bag. Yeah. Because they were raised
to be gentlemen.
Yes. And in this society, a lot of men, that when people say chivalry is dead, I see it every day.
Mm-hmm.
Men go indoors before women.
Mm-hmm.
Women pump their own gas. They change their own tires. Women are being forced to be more independent than ever before.
But you know, I'm experiencing. See, and I see, and this is where it is always this double-sided thing, because I get that part too, but I'm also in a place where that hardly ever happens to me. Like where a man would not open a door for me. Like I would have literally, if I am parked somewhere close, and a stranger sees me with bags in my hand, he is going to come and open my door. Like I literally, but
So I
that
think
is
like
that's the feminine energy that I put out.
Fair. That's what I say. I think it's a two-part thing.
Yeah.
Where you put out feminine
You
energy.
can't just be like me and mugging every dude
Yeah, I know,
everywhere we go. You
Some
notice
gals,
now.
They angry all the time.
Thank you. That resting bee face, that don't work. If you are a single woman and you want the attention of a man, that is not going
I ain't opening
to
no doors.
work.
I ain't opening no doors for you, son. If you look like you wouldn't knock me out,
Exactly.
I can let the door knock you out face.
just like how I am smiling and I am pleasant.
Yeah.
I am like that 99% of the time. And men, and not that they are interested in me, not that they are attracted to me, but because of that energy, they think, oh no, come queen, I'm gonna open this door for you. If I bake cakes, right? And so I'm always to the bar buying the little shots and stuff because people want the cakes. I don't know how they pay for them. Because if I walk to the bar and I'm like this way,
okay.
and I'm like, oh, whatever that is she getting, you put it on the plate. I'm like, thank you. Like, thank you. I've learned to be pleasant, and I think women, we have to like let that guard down. Yes. Like I said, sometimes like we've been put in positions where we would have to be masculine, where we would have to, take on so much that we probably shouldn't take on in certain relationships. But now that you're not in that space, you need to reprogram, because that's actually not the way you were supposed to be.
I agree.
Initially.
I just think that there's so much dysfunction being put out, and a lot of lessons aren't being taught. And so a lot of people are going about a lot of things the wrong way. Mm-hmm. And which results in a lot of emotional damage and heartbreak. And I think that if the right people continue to do the right thing and lead by example in their content, because it all goes back to social media influencing. A lot of people aren't helping people.
No.
I dislike Top. I dislike Roxy.
Oh, Jesus.
I dislike Joshua.
What part of the fact that I can't edit you don't...
Don't matter. I'm going to say this stuff.
Oh, okay.
I dislike feminists, right? I dislike them.
Okay.
Because they're empowering women. But I don't dislike them on the fact that they're feminists. I respect them because of what they're doing. Mm-hmm. I dislike them because it's more of them than me.
I understand.
There are not enough men teaching men how to be men. You know what I'm saying? I have great...
Because I'm sure she's going to watch this when she's going to come on. She's going to come on here.
I love her. She knows that. You see what I'm saying? I watch all of their videos and I cringe because they're empowering women. Like, women need more power. But that's their people. So do your thing.
I love JoJo's content because just like how she, like you drop like the gems for the guys. Yeah. She drops the gems
for the girls,
for the ladies, and it's not, and she doesn't do it in a place where seems like like gold digging or this is how to manipulate a man. No, she literally is not doing that at all. She's literally saying, like, ladies, like, if you're really trying to get in a relationship, if you are in this type of situation, more than likely he's probably doing XYZ. You need to be XYZ in order to try and and get this type of guy. You want a high value man, but you need to be a high value woman. This is how you do XYZ. So I love that type of content, and of course, like with my own, it will come from a more biblical place. But
I don't like none of y'all. I ain't saying what y'all doing is wrong, I just don't like it because it's more women help.
But guess what they're doing though? Those same bad gals that you always talking about, what they're doing is telling them not to be like that.
Yeah, but if they say what I say, they might be loved for it. It's because a man is saying it, they ain't into that. Because there's no man telling me what to do. I listen to no man.
That's true.
Yeah, they're not doing that.
But you don't think it makes sense to listen to a man since that's the thing that we actually want?
No, it's Kev. If another man said it, maybe Selector Zone. Selector Zone ain't on my side, neither. That's the next one who advocated for women.
But yes, maybe it's because they know that, you know, that those videos are gonna be more popular. They're gonna get more engagement. You know how much work it takes for a man to engage with a video. Like, y'all really don't care
Fair.
at all.
I agree.
So more than likely, like for me, like if I see JoJo's video, if I see another video that I like I am intentionally going to like it and going to comment because I know it's going to help her page. That's
Fair.
what I do.
Fair.
Men do not care.
Men aren't the ones on TikTok.
They looking at boobs and butt, and if it really look good, wait, what you saying?
They're not the ones driving social media.
No.
Women are. But at the same time, we need more men to step up and lead, bro. And even if you do it, you don't have to be screaming. I know Dijon does it. They call him Dilly Jr. I love Dijon. He's young. He has promise. He has a future. Trust me, he does. We need more men to take initiative. I have Funny Reno. He's another guy. They don't give... See, these guys aren't giving relationship advice. That is what is lacking. Not that we don't have men on social media doing that thing, you know. We don't have men who are leading the charge in doing relationships correctly. We have Harris, and Harris married. We don't have single men telling us how to navigate the field. And I only give a lot of my advice from a real place because I used to do these things when I was single too. I was a hot mess when I was single, boy. I had to get married. You only know, boy. Like I had to. Anyway, all I'm saying is we need men of God, because women will say, "Well, I love a man of God." You still don't want to go to church. So we need. I don't want to say super spiritual men, because we don't need people that are unrelatable.
Yeah.
We need people that can have good conversations while still not compromising their faith.
Yeah.
And leading other young men, not just to Christ, but leading them in life.
Yeah.
Where they can have functioning, healthy relationships with women. A lot of men cannot handle rejection. That is a lesson that they were never taught.
Yeah.
If a gal tell you no, niggas is dope, they tell you what you're buying.
Yeah, I've experienced.
That is not okay. It's either yes or no. It is never no. Yeah, you can't do that. That's like a toddler throwing a tantrum.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Because she take a toy from you or she ain't give you what you want, you could case the gal out.
Yeah.
That ain't what it's supposed to. And these young men aren't being taught that.
You think you look good, eh?
Oh my, you just trying to talk to them.
I look good enough for you to holler at me.
But that's what I'm saying. That's not okay. It is not okay for you to be in her DMs at 3 a.m. What you doing her to that? You're the only person in this chat. You haven't seen what that means. If she's not answering you, then do not continue the conversation.
I don't get it.
And we have a huge issue in this country with men.
This is how my Facebook DMs look.
Wait, bro.
Like, I don't know if you can't see the person.
Wait, listen to me. Hi. But
and it's like 1,000 of them in my Facebook, just like that.
That is not okay. That is not okay. But that ain't okay. Me personally, I ain't doing that. I ain't gonna ever do that. How these niggas? Oh.
Like it's weird.
But how niggas? Who raising y'all?
Like it's bad.
Who raising y'all? It's either yes or no.
Yeah.
If it is no, be okay with the no.
Yeah,
No. Because I've learned that, if a woman is for you, she's for you. And if people are for you, they are for you. You cannot go around forcing people to love you or like you, to want to be in a relationship with you, to want to be a friend, to invite you to their party. Like, there's so much of a desire in this country to be socially accepted. to be popular, to be liked, to be a part, or to be included. That is a big problem, because if you're rejected, you're depressed.
Yeah.
If you're rejected, you're sad. If you're rejected, you just can't eat no food. Come on, bro. They rejected Jesus. He was okay. Trust me, he was
quite
more.
fine.
He was content. And you have to just be at a place where not that you're okay with that. I'm okay with it. I had to learn that, and it's a tough pill to swallow. But it's once you could get through the first initial phases of, well, rejection hurts.
Yeah.
But you grow tough skin, you get used to that.
Yeah.
Rejection is all a part of the process to get you where you need to be and to get you with who you need to be with.
Yeah. And that is absolutely like the thing that I'm noticing with a lot of men. Like they fear rejection so much.
I love it.
To the point where
Help me not waste my time.
it's like, so me being like anything in this Christian, whatever this pool is, right?
That's fine. That's the best pool to be in.
Anyhow, what I'm seeing, right? I literally would have 10 guys trying to talk to me, right?
Okay.
And they're trying to keep this they are trying to keep the conversation so light.
What do you mean?
Like
eggshell light?
Like eggshell light, you know, your video was so nice, and
they're trying to say
and I'm
thing?
like, are you waiting for me
To do what?
to say something that's gonna take this conversation out of the friend zone? Like, what's the reason why you're messaging me every day? Why are you filling up my WhatsApp with unnecessary conversations?
I don't know. I only them motives will find them out, right? But I think a lot of times as men, we're not being taught these things.
Cause let me tell you, I ain't interested.
Nigga,
I can't even. You keeping me to the place where I can't even tell you I'm not interested because you won't go there, and I know you won't go there.
Fair. We're not being taught to have good conversation. Like, oh my gosh, I remember when I was dating my wife. My wife does not talk. She is a rock. Like, you just gotta learn to tough it out until the going gets good. You see what I'm saying? Like, you gotta really be intentional. Like, I don't understand how guys can't talk to you because you like to talk.
Yeah.
That is the big question mark for me. Because if you like to talk, then we can talk about anything. And I think a lot of times it's because men are aware of your standard. It's kind of like scary, especially if you know within yourself that you don't meet the requirements. That's probably...
Then I feel like if you don't meet the requirements, then just leave it.
Nope.
Don't pick it up if you can't manage it.
Or we can pick it up already. We ain't trying to do no managing. Like, that's all we come to do.
And for me, it's like, and I am I'm very intentional with my time. I am a very busy person, you know what I mean?
Same.
And so I don't believe in having frivolous conversations.
A lot of men do.
Like, so that WYD and all these different, I'm not going to respond to that at all.
You seen how much, like, lionesses are inside of a pride of lions?
Yeah.
You see how much lions in the pride of lionesses?
Yeah,
it's like 2 lions and a million gals.
Yeah.
That's niggas.
But I don't have time for I don't have time for that. Or like if anybody leads a conversation, like if somebody messages me on Facebook or DMs me, and the first thing you say is like hi, or hi beautiful, I'm not gonna respond to you.
You're not gonna respond to hi beautiful?
No.
You're beautiful.
What are your intention behind messaging me? Like, hey, how are you? I've been watching your videos. You seem to be a very, very cool person. I would love to get to know you. Not hi, and then you're waiting on me to respond. I'm not gonna. First of all, there are like hundreds of you guys with the same exact message. So you have to have an intention behind why you are contacting me.
Well, let me say this: if a person you like tells you hi beautiful,
I'm going to say hi daddy.
All right. But if a person you have no clue about says hi beautiful, he's gonna be a predator. That's fair. But I think You just look through profiles?
I do.
Okay, so you would know if this person makes sense.
Yeah, okay, first of all, like, I look at names first, right?
Okay.
So, if anything in your name, or...
Mob tie?
Or, like it's just certain mob, anything, like...
OTF?
Like, any of those things. I'm not even gonna look at the profile. Like, I'm trying to figure out how you even got past the accepting of the friends kind of situation.
Okay.
So those kind of things I don't even look at. But then, like I say, it depends on that, like, that initial high or whatever.
I got you.
I noticed, like, guys literally would just look at your profile picture.
Yeah.
And then they just message you, and I'm
they
like,
look at your profile picture. This guy look good.
And let me just say hi.
Of course, that's the logic right there.
I'm the type of person, right? Like, if I really feeling spicy, I asked a guy the other day because he was like, "Hey, you're beautiful." Da da da. I'm like, "Okay, thanks." And he's like, "What do you do for a living?" This and I said, "Did you look at my profile?"
No, he didn't.
Oh no, I didn't. I'm like,
I would ask you that every guy.
I'm like, maybe you should just go and look at that profile because there are certain information about myself that I've made public. So
fair. Okay.
Take
in your
initiative.
defense, that is true. But to the gals who still waiting for Tommy Hilfiger or none of the mind your own business company or what else there's wake on these profiles that they put all type of misleading information. University of Lee. That picture does not look like University of Lee. I've seen Lee people. You don't look like you've been to no university, so cut that out. But it's like a lot of people put stuff on their profile that aren't true.
No, but you literally just saying hi for saying hi's sake. That means
Some men don't say that.
So that
No,
literally
man.
means you've probably done that 30 times today with 30 different women.
No man is saying hi for just hi's sake.
No, they're throwing out the bait to see what bites.
Yes.
But what I have a problem with is the fact that when someone does that, it means to me, or it seems to me, that is a normal thing, and that you've probably done that to about 20 other people today, and you're just waiting for somebody to answer you.
You know how much girls I talk to before I talk to my wife? A lot.
I'm sure.
Do you think that you're the only person that person is trying to talk to?
Exactly.
What is the issue with that?
No. Just saying random
saying
hi.
A random hi legitimately can be a high of good intent. A lot of times it's a high of bad intent. I can tell you.
I know it is.
Men want grind. That's all I can tell you, all right? But there are some men who, like I said, men aren't taught to have good conversation. Some men may have stuttering problems in real life. They might not be as educated as you are. They might be intimidated by you. High might just be to see if I can even get a response out of this guy. That might be all I need to see if I should be able to continue to talk to. But I think a lot of them just, if I send you, I send you high once. As good of a man, because I see a lot of niggas know they's good man. I have a car, I have a house, I have 2 jobs, 3 jobs. I make plenty of money. I black, tall. I qualified.
Okay.
I telling you hi once.
But let me ask you a question. With me getting to know a little bit of your personality, I just do not see you sending a random hi and that's it.
What?
That's what you'll do?
What? I will hire you to death. I hire everyone. If I see you, listen to me. Men do not care about your personality or your qualifications. We see your face, you look good, we can talk to. Y'all thinking too deep about us. Niggas don't care about none of that stuff. We just find these things out after the fact. Men do not care about your personality. If you look, we are physical beings. If you are physically attractive and you catch our eye, that is going to be the reason to break the ice and start a conversation. If after I tell you hi, your next response is I need $900 for the rent, then you don't got to worry about that conversation no more.
But you know how many conversations I would have to try and sift through people who just telling me hi?
But that's the problem. It is not your job to be hunting.
No, I'm not doing the hunting. There's hundreds of messages.
And that's why it's important to date properly, because men are gonna throw the line. That's what men do. They are hunters. They are trying to find their wife, quote unquote. It is not your job to sleep with everybody that talk to you. You see what I'm saying? Go on every date that talk to you. You have the job of going on their profile, gauging this nigga. See, good men, they have all the educational background on their pages. They have where they work.
And their real name.
They do. Those are certain things that men have that you could decide if he makes sense.
Another anime as the profile picture.
You're right. You're right. But at its core, men just are fueled by the desire to reproduce. Males. Niggas, lions, and animals don't care about qualifications. They just she and heat. We can grind, make puppies. The legacy of the bloodline goes on. The same principle. If you take away the qualifications and all this other stuff, that's all it boils down to, is the desire to reproduce and move on. That's a male thing. You look good. You look adequate for mating. I'm sorry to say it like this.
That's literally.
But it's what men are driven by. That's the male driving force. A man's driving force is, she is a beautiful woman, but she is also a even more beautiful life partner. Because after I done see all this physical attractiveness and we get past the talking of the she look good, hi, beautiful, this, that, and the next, when she say, well, I have a business. Oh, you do? Well, I have some business of my own. We are here. You sizing us up to see if we making sense, and niggas sizing you up too to see if you making sense. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So if men talk to you, it's because you look good. Let's start there. If your DM's empty, you ugly. Just leave it at that. I ain't trying to really be eloquent with that. If your DM's dry, niggas ain't want you. Get it over with.
Oh Lord.
But if you have a bunch of niggas talking to themselves, you fine. Tracy, you fine. You are beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's the truth. Niggas want you. And niggas ain't gonna have you. It's important that they know that because you have standards. But at the same time, if you say, if you just have light conversation, you could weed out the biscuits and the crackers and see who makes sense. But a lot of times, niggas don't care. Niggas ain't going on your profile page to see your business you have or what school you going to or where you even wake. All I know is I scrolling through my timeline. This gal posts one picture with a book cover and one beautiful outfit, but she look fine. Hot message. Hi, beautiful. Just like that. We didn't even read the book that you was putting out.
Okay, because if you read the book,
we don't care.
Like,
We don't care. We just like
this one is trouble.
No, this is a beautiful picture. She look good. Let me say hi. We don't care about the book. Niggas don't.
Jesus.
There are good men out there who are searching for a good woman. They read the picture.
Yeah.
They probably said hi too. But you ain't answer them. Because he just say hi. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the right man may very well be in your DMs. That's crazy, eh? Because I meet my wife through the DMs with the same hi, beautiful. I know. It's not impossible. Eh? The same way I tell you is how exactly I meet my wife. A Facebook request. I say, hi, beautiful, how you doing? She says, I'm okay. I say, so you single? That's after a couple lines. She said, no, I'm talking to somebody. Rejected. I waited. I must see in another 2-3 relationships after that. My wife pop up one day. Hi. I was like, but that's weird, because this guy just telling me she have an old man. Now she come to talk to me. Her and the baby break up. I say, oh, okay. That's nice. Opportunity presents itself. Okay. Capitalization time. I was good, and here I am. But I met my wife through the DMs.
I'm not opposed to, meeting someone over social media. In fact, like I was just telling someone the other day, like one of the best date I've ever been on has been somebody I've met through TikTok.
Yeah.
And I'm not, it only lasts 10 days, but
it is possible.
It's possible.
I feel like if you can make good friendships, great networking through social media, it is possible to have a meaningful relationship through social media. And the thing is, social media keeps the physical out of things.
Yeah.
Because it's just conversation. Like, there's no kissing, there's no hugging, there's no touching, there's no seeing you unless you're video calling. But for the most part, the physical tension is out of there. And it's like you really have to be able to talk and to get a person's interest through conversation if this thing is going to work. If it's solely through WhatsApp and DMs.
See, and that's the thing. Okay, so I've had men who have... So maybe this may be an issue for me, so you probably could tell me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've had men who I look at it like they want to be babied, right?
What do you mean they want to be babied?
So because I work a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a single mom.
Okay.
I do ministry, all these different things, right?
Right.
So I don't really have the time to be, messaging you 20 million times a day.
Who want you do that?
Like dudes,
What do
and
you
they'd be
do?
like, "Well, I
What do you
haven't."
do?
So then, like, one messaged me yesterday, like, "I haven't heard from you all day. Like, what's the problem? Like, it's anything?" I'm like, because today was a very, very busy day. Today is Saturday. Most cakes are today. I had a recording today. I had a this and that, whatever. Like.
And they concerned because you would message them.
Because and then like I don't think you're really into them. Like,
I know about that. I just, as a man, but woman, they need to be keeping tabs on me, or I keeping tabs on them. I think it's important to know that these people have lives before we meet them. They have their own things going on, and during the dating phase, it's important to establish boundaries.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I live in my life a little bit. I just meet you. You don't need to be putting no GPS in my car to see where he is.
no. On my phone is on silent after 8 o'clock because I go to sleep very, very early.
Well, they ain't believe, I don't believe that, but they ain't believe that. Niggas ain't believing that.
Okay, so they don't, and that is actually the truth. They do not believe.
Niggas ain't believe
that
after
at
8 o'clock
all.
you going to sleep? What are you, a bear?
That's exactly what they
Why do
feel.
you go to sleep at 8 o'clock?
Because I get up at 4:30.
I go to bed at 11 and get up 4:30.
No, well, I can't do that. My body don't work like that.
For do?
No, and like I put my son to bed between 7:30 and 8 o'clock, and as soon as I put him to bed, I'm out as well.
For do?
Yeah.
No. Niggas ain't gonna believe that.
Like,
I say no because
they actually don't. Like you're not like
niggas
they
ain't-
don't.
I don't believe that. I mean, I believe it because it's you. But if any other girl tell me that, but I know you, babe. She lying. Come on, bro. Listen to me. My logic is, and then men gauge your truths by what they believe.
Yeah.
And a lot of men would accept that you went to bed at 10 or 11, although we still is be skeptical about that even. Because we just ain't trusting. We know what we be doing at these kind of hours. So if you to cut your phone off at 8 o'clock, but that's a mega flag. A mega red flag. What? I come in the house, I knock on your door, I'm waking everybody up. Because we can be up at 8 o'clock together.
I've had
No way.
like I'll go to sleep, and like I said, because especially like my son may sleep with me sometimes or whatever, and I am like when I say I am grumpy if I am woken up out of my sleep.
No?
I am like
I think that's
do
the
not wake me up.
I think when you get to that place of sharing a space, then that's something that you guys can work on.
Yeah.
Like, but my belief is there's
But you ain't
24.
calling my phone to wake me up.
You might show up to the house. That's worse. It's
Yeah,
24.
but I know for sure if that happened, that'd be the last conversation we have.
No way. It's 24 hours in a day. You work for 16. You get off. You go to bed at 8 o'clock. Like, that means you from 8 to 4:30, you're spending your day, your 24-hour period, sleeping. That's a lot of time you could be using to make money. Niggas, I don't get my logic. I work more than I sleep because I want to make more money.
I work more than I sleep. I go to sleep at 8 and I wake up at 4:30.
That's a lot of time to sleep.
That's not 8. That's 8 hours. Is it 8 hours? That's not even 8 hours.
Probably. But it's still a lot because it's still early. The world is still awake at 8 o'clock. That's why.
Not Tracy Philippa.
I'm just saying that, guys, you got to be a really trusting individual to believe a woman sleeping at 8 o'clock. In Nassau,
Every single time I've began to talk to someone, there would be like 5 missed calls on my phone, like then and the next morning,
out of
and I'm
concern
like,
that
it's not out of concern. You're trying to figure out
Listen to me.
where did she go?
Tracy,
Weren't we just having a conversation at 7:58?
Cheating is the national sport of this country. That's worse than porking. Cheating is the national sport of this country, more than porking.
I am happy this conversation is this long because this is actually going to be a 2-part video.
That's good. Listen to me. If a woman tells me she going to bed at 8 o'clock, don't call me tomorrow. Do not call. I don't care what happened after 8 o'clock. Your house could have been on flames. Your phone could have dead. I don't care. If you stop talking to me at 8 o'clock, you will not hear from me tomorrow.
So it's not like I ain't about getting a husband?
No.
Yeah.
No. You can't do that.
I want to sleep.
No, you need to adjust your what? What's happening at 4:30? Baking?
Prayer and bacon.
I can let you slide with the prayer. I can let you slide with the bacon.
And bacon is my full-time job.
Fair, but for men, but you know what have to happen? Like you really have to convince. You have to sell that part where it's believable. You can't just say, well, it's 8
When they
o'clock.
see it happen every night, they have no choice but to believe.
No way, because every night for 7 days, this guy is go to bed. I can't even take you on a date.
Well, like on the weekends, I may give it a little,
What?
9,
You just
10.
start yawning at the date at 8 o'clock?
I can be honest with
Niggas
you.
ain't into that. Niggas ain't into that. You yawning on the date at 8 o'clock? We ain't doing that. We're not
I
doing
probably
that.
started yawning like about 9:30.
You ain't get...
Listen, okay, so like we just came into the new year, right? And I decided I was gonna go to church earlier,
Okay.
and then I met up with one of my friends at Bahama.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. I didn't even know myself.
Never.
Like after those fireworks, I was like, I got to get out.
No way.
Of here.
No way.
I was like, I need to go to sleep.
Tracy, you can't go to bed at 8 o'clock. Where you learn that from? You sound like you getting put to sleep the same time as your baby. Yes, it does. So who is the parent? Because you go in the bed the same time as your child.
Sometimes it beat me.
No,
I beat him going to bed.
No, wait. You can't do that. Layla goes to bed at 8 o'clock so the adults can play.
I don't have anybody to play with.
You
Anyway,
can't have
we
nobody to play with.
coming right back. We coming right back. All right, so we're about to do the wrap up. We're about to do the wrap up because we were losing sunlight at this point.
We are.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to start a social media platform, whether it be TikTok or Facebook or Instagram? What would be some advice that you give to them?
I would say, if you're gonna go into social media, have a plan. It's always good to have more than one avenue of income. It is also good to know which lane is best for you. Watch people who do what you want to do. Look at how their success is working for them and try to manipulate it to work for yourself. Somebody's always gonna have something to say.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's good or it's bad, I always say there's no such thing as bad publicity, because as long as they talking about you, that's good for you. Trust me when I say that. So if you're gonna do it, the first step is just doing it, because a lot of times we're hesitant, we're nervous, we're timid, we're shy about how this is gonna make us look or appear. I have coworkers in law enforcement who watch my videos. They're like, no way, this is Kev in this video. Impossible, not him, no way. Then I have people who are like not surprised at all. So everybody's gonna have their own opinions. The good part is the people who make the most noise sit dead high up in the stadium. They can't afford floor seats.
Mm-mm.
The people who supporting you, they're just gonna let you function and do what you feel comfortable doing without making any noise. They're gonna either help you pay your bills, or they're gonna stand by your side while you try to do what you need to do. But the first step in being a social media influencer is to start.
Sure.
Right? That's all I got. I think in the Bahamas though, you can't worry about what people think.
Yeah.
Realistically and truly, just do it without any reservation or fear. And fear is the killer of dreams. So if you're afraid to do it, get over yourself, get over that,
Do what's good.
And just do it. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Okay?
Good. So where can your fans find you?
I don't have fans. But they can see me on TikTok for The Dilly Show. Just type in The Dilly Show. On Facebook, you can type in The Dilly Show. You could WhatsApp me on 821-6055. And I'm always available to talk or to try and help somebody who is definitely in need of help. If you are calling me to harass me, I can call you back to harass you. So if you do decide to use my WhatsApp number, use it for good. I promise you that. But yeah, I'm always available to help somebody. If your business needs some promotion, if you just need some direction, you know, if it's in my power to help you, whether you reach out on TikTok, because I got some long paragraphs on TikTok, whether it's on Facebook, through The Dilly Show, or you can just type in my name, Kevin B. Camp Jr. on Facebook. If you type that in and message me, if it's in my power to help you, I definitely will help you.
All right. So y'all, this has been episode 3.
It's episode 3.
This is episode 3, season 2. Y'all like, subscribe, share the channel, become part of the Purpose Sisters family. And y'all, it has been a pleasure.
It's been my
Thank you,
pleasure.
Kev. All right. God bless you. Bye.